Ever found yourself in a chess endgame feeling like you're lost in a labyrinth of moves? You're not alone. The endgame is a complex stage of any chess match where every decision can make or break your victory. Three main challenges often define this crucial phase: promoting a pawn, dealing with the opponent's passed pawns, and managing your king's safety. Promoting a pawn, it sounds simple, right? But it's not just about reaching the other side of the board. You need to consider your opponent's moves, the position of your other pieces and potential threats. Next, those pesky passed pawns of your opponent. They're like ticking time bombs ready to explode into queens at any moment. And of course, there's the king. In the endgame, your king's safety is paramount, but so is its activity. But fret not, because the endgame doesn't have to be an enigma. We've got some practical tips to help you navigate. In the endgame, a humble pawn can be a game changer. Picture this: your opponent's queen stands tall and menacing, but you have a pawn, a mere foot soldier, inching towards the 8th rank. You see, a pawn reaching the 8th rank is no longer just a pawn. It can be promoted to any piece you wish except for a king. Yes, even a queen. This is known as pawn promotion, and it's a real game changer. But how do you safely advance a pawn to the 8th rank? Firstly, never rush. Pawns are valuable because they are limited. Secondly, use your other pieces to create a safe path. A pawn protected by a knight or a bishop is a formidable force. Lastly, always be aware of your opponent's threats. Remember, in the endgame, the pawn isn't just a pawn. It can become the most powerful piece on the board. Passed pawns can be a significant threat in the endgame, but fear not, as there are several strategies that can help you neutralize this potential threat. Firstly, blockading is a powerful technique. Position your pieces in such a way that the opposing pawn cannot advance. This isn't just about stopping the pawn's progress, but also about establishing control over key squares. Secondly, attacking is another effective method. Target the passed pawn with your pieces and aim to capture it. Remember, a passed pawn is only a threat if it survives. Lastly, consider creating your own passed pawns. In chess, the best defense can sometimes be a good offense. By advancing your pawns and creating a passed pawn of your own, you force your opponent to shift their focus and resources. In essence, dealing with passed pawns is all about strategic positioning and tactical decision-making. With the right strategy, a passed pawn can be less of a threat and more of an opportunity. The king, often a piece to be protected, becomes a key player in the endgame. In this crucial phase of the game, the king's safety is paramount, but so is its ability to contribute to the battle. Let's delve into some strategies to ensure the king's safety while maximizing its potential. Firstly, centralizing the king is vital. A well-positioned king in the heart of the board can defend and attack more effectively. Secondly, keeping the king active is crucial. An idle king is a wasted resource in the endgame, so get your king involved in the action. Lastly, avoid unnecessary risks. While the king's active participation is essential, don't expose it to unnecessary dangers. A single misstep could lead to a swift checkmate. Remember, the endgame isn't just about surviving, it's about strategically positioning your pieces for the final showdown. In the endgame, the king isn't just a piece to be protected, it's a piece to be played. We've covered a lot of ground today, so let's take a moment to recap. Our journey through the chess endgame has unveiled some intricate layers and strategies that can turn the tide in a match, even when the board seems sparse. Firstly, we dove into the power of the pawn, the smallest yet mighty piece on the board. We emphasized the importance of pawn promotion. This strategy, when executed correctly, can transform your humble pawn into a queen, a rook, a bishop, or a knight, giving you a significant advantage in the endgame. The key is to advance your pawn strategically across the board, while safeguarding it from enemy attacks. Next, we navigated the tricky terrain of handling passed pawns. These are the pawns that have no opposing pawns to prevent them from advancing to the 8th rank. They are potential queens in the making and can pose a serious threat. But remember, a passed pawn's power is in its potential, so don't rush it, protect it, advance it, but always be mindful of the bigger picture. Finally, we talked about the king's safety in the endgame. Unlike in the opening and middle game, where the king often takes a back seat, in the endgame, the king takes center stage. It's crucial to use your king actively, but with caution. The king can be a powerful offensive piece, but remember, its safety is paramount. These are not just tips but weapons to add to your chess arsenal. Apply them in your games, experiment with them, and see how they can change the outcome of your matches. Remember, chess is a game of patience and strategy. Each move is a statement, each piece a potential game changer. Mastering the endgame isn't easy, but with these tips in your arsenal, you're well on your way. Keep practicing, keep playing, and remember, every endgame is a new beginning. Don't forget to subscribe for more chess tips and strategies. Until next time, happy checkmating.